Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi with OddsJam, and we're going to bet some baseball today. So I actually have three pending bets for today's betting slate that I recorded last night. So I'll definitely recommend you check that out as well. Lock in those bets. I am riding a bit of a hot streak betting on baseball. The past 2 days up 230 in profit. I went over this yesterday, but just to recap again, sorely needed after a terrible about 7 day stretch where you see a lot of red here. That's how you know. That's how you know it's bad. So getting back in the winning column has been very good. So I have three bets pending from yesterday. I'm going to lock in a couple more today. I wasn't planning on doing another baseball best bets video, but there's so many good bets available that I just had to do it. So number one, this is one that I've actually already taken. Rockies versus Padres first half total runs over 7.5. This one I've locked in on here we go, and there it is, locked in on FanDuel already. Padres Rockies first half over 7.5, but I am going to officially add this to my plays. So let's just talk about this one first and then getting into the rest of them. So the math behind it, essentially the way it works is the OddsJam Positive EV page is where I find all of my bets. This OddsJam line you see here, this is pulled from the sharpest bookmaker in the world, the most accurate bookmaker in the world. And these lines are going to have the most efficient betting market. So the sportsbook accepts sharp action from anywhere. So they generally have the best price odds, which is why we view this column, the OddsJam line, this sportsbook, as the quote unquote source of truth, because they're generally the best at pricing odds. So that's why they're considered the source of truth. So anywhere in which you see odds specifically under OddsJam, it's going to be the quote unquote most accurate line in the world. Of course, before we can do anything in terms of determining whether a bet is positive EV or not, you need to remove the VIG. The VIG is essentially just the juice that sportsbooks price up odds themselves. It's how they make all their money. They don't charge a transaction fee. Instead, they just price up the odds a little bit so they can accept equal money bets in terms of winnings paid out on both sides, and no matter what, be profitable. It's how they make all their money. So removing the VIG just gives us an understanding of what they truly price this market at. And anywhere in which we're getting better odds on another sportsbook is going to have positive expected value associated with it, and it's going to make it a mathematically profitable bet. This is where we find our edge. And the logic of it, so this plus 127 is what the market should truly be priced at. But using the OddsJam Positive EV page, we learned we can get this on FanDuel at plus 142. That gap between the plus 127 and plus 142 is your edge. And this 6.34% number you see here, that can essentially be viewed as your profit margin. So that's how the Positive EV page works. This is going to be my first official bet for today's plays. Like I said, I've already locked it in on FanDuel right here. Rockies, Padres, first half over 7.5. So it's an alternate runs play, but I do think it's a good one. So definitely recommend checking that one out. Next up, I saw a lot of moneyline plays. So I've noticed that with baseball, moneyline plays, generally you also have the biggest edge because you see here this number 8. So this is pulled from market width. Market width is essentially a way to calculate confidence in what lines are being priced at. The more money that this sportsbook receives, the lower this number is going to be, which just means more confidence in what the lines are being priced at. So even though the profit margin is a little bit lower, not a lot of it lower, from 6% all the way down to like 1.95%, I'm still confident in bets such as this that have such a tight market. And the play here is Yankees money line. So the Yankees are the best team in baseball, right? They're just an absolute unit. Getting them at plus money against the Blue Jays is a really good bet. Obviously, the reason why the Blue Jays are favored is because they have their stud Ross Stripling on the mound. They're also the home team. But getting the Yankees at plus money, I think, is just a good bet to make. So that's why I like it for baseball reasons. I gotta love backing the Yankees. For math reasons, so the OddsJam line prices this at minus 106. With the VIG removed, it's essentially minus 102. And then opening this up in a new market, a new tab, I love doing because I like to compare where all the other markets are pricing this at. And we see that FanDuel is the only book The only book that has this for plus money. So every other book has this for minus money. FanDuel has it for plus 102. So the gap between the OddsJam line and FanDuel, as we noted, isn't as great as some other opportunities, but this is still a really valuable bet to make. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Yankees money line plus 102 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook. So let me go ahead and lock this in, plus 102. This is going to be a baseball McSlam for me, which is $100. Place bet, and we're good to go. So this is going to be my second bet placed for today's MLB betting slate. Now I just need to, of course, add this to my bet tracker. This bet tracker, completely free to use at OddsJam. So you just click the plus button, click save. And the way it works is you see all these numbers, red, green, all that stuff. This green means you are currently beating the closing line. And the closing line in terms of the no vig odds of the OddsJam line. Red means you are not. Now, of course, not every green bet is going to win. Not every red bet is going to lose. But the goal is to just maximize opportunities in which you are beating the closing line. And that's how you can be profitable in the long run. So I'll definitely recommend checking out the OddsJam bet tracker. It's completely free to use. And all these pending bets you see here, it auto grades them for you. So I won't need to manually go in and mark anything as won or lost. It manually does it for me, which is pretty cool. So I'll definitely recommend, like I said, checking out the OddsJam bet tracker. But my second bet, Yankees money line against the Blue Jays. So here is another money line play, Rockies versus Padres. The play here is the plus 140 odds on the Rockies. It's positive EV. The market width is only 11 cents, which I really like. Because this bet doesn't have quite as much of a likelihood of hitting as the Yankees one. So if we go back and if you click this little calculator here, it'll tell you the win percentage. This is essentially based off of the OddsJam perfect line vig removed. All odds have an inherent win percentage associated with them. So the bets with least favorable odds, like minus 130, minus 150, minus 200, those are obviously going to have a higher win percentage associated with them, like this 50% one here. Now, if we scroll down to this Rockies one, the win percentage is only 42%. So it's not necessarily something that I'm going to avoid entirely. I'm just not going to quite put the full McSlam on it. It still is a bet that I want to take. To talk about the math real quick, the OddsJam line has it at plus 133 with the vig removed at plus 137. Again, we are betting it at plus 140 on Caesars. And looking at the markets, Caesars at plus 140. Other books are kind of close, plus 137, plus 135. The OddsJam line, again, being at plus 133, with a couple books being lower like FanDuel and DraftKings. So a little bit of a discrepancy here as well. Again, not as good as the Yankees one, so I'm still going to lock this in, but I'm going to only put a 2-unit play on this one. This is going to be $50. Colorado Rockies money line against the Padres. The Padres have the pitching advantage here, but they're the better team and they're hot. But the Rockies are at home, and it is baseball. Anything can happen in baseball. There's 162 games, so I think this one is still good value to add. So this is going to be again $50 play added to my bet tracker. Here's the last money line play for my bets today. So this is my fourth bet total, my third money line play. And this is going to be kind of same logic. Chicago White Sox money line, plus 150 odds. The win percentage in this one is even lower at 40%. Again, win percentage doesn't mean I avoid them entirely. It just means that I might put a little bit less money on them. So open this one up, in a new tab. The OddsJam line prices this at plus 142. We got 13 cents in market width, so still well within range there. And looking at the markets, so we have two books that have it at plus 150. No other book has it higher than the OddsJam line at plus 142. Every other book has it at plus 140. So the edge here, getting this at plus 150, is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in on WinBet. We're looking at the money line play of the White Sox against the Astros. So plus 150, perfect. This is going to be a $50 play. Another 2-unit bet, and let's lock it in. And we are good to go. White Sox money line, $50. Again, a 2-unit play, plus 150 odds. I love getting all these plus money plays because you don't have to win as many in order to profit. That's how that logic works. So that is my third money line play, my fourth total. So let me refresh this, and we'll see if there are any more money line plays for me to add. Nope, no more money line. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and cap my plays at there. I'm going to have 4 plays total, 3 money line bets, 1 alternate first half run total. So if you're tailing, let me know. Would love to hear it. Hit me up at my Twitter handle that is now flashed on the screen here. Let me know you're tailing. Or if you're fading, that's fine. I do appreciate all the feedback. Other than that, would appreciate all the good stuff. Like, again, comment, and subscribe. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.